Now for updates on sports stories across the globe, it's good to see Aaron Akerijola with us in the studio. Aaron, I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
We've been around. We've been around.
How are you?
A very good one. Very good one. How you doing, Rufai? Good
I
morning
hear
to you.
that the producer said that when Man City loses, you don't show up.
That's not true. That's preposterous.
If that was the case, you'd never be here.
Okay, let's talk. Let's leave Manchester City. They did win yesterday, but that's not the. That's not the talking point. Okay, so let's get it started. Liverpool, the menacing Wolves are actually on as it stands right now. Yesterday, put into the sword. Newcastle United 2-0 is how it actually ended, and the boys are just firing on all cylinders. You can actually see they've been able to, in the last 15 days, they played 5 matches and they were able to scrap out of it. And right now, as we speak, if you look at the table closely with what Arsenal are actually doing, you can actually see there.
Wow.
13 points separate the table toppers from the chasing, from the nearly men. So Arsenal right now lost to sea. If you'd ask me, it's all over. Some say in terms of the title race, it's just a procession at the moment, no more a contention. Arsenal will always disappoint you. They will stain your white. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Arsenal will stain your white. Let's press it further because you look at the rest of the results that actually came in yesterday. Nottingham Forest were able to stifle Arsenal and ensure that they ended the title race for them as they fired blank against Nottingham Forest yesterday, talking about the Reds. Arsenal is unfortunate, and at the moment, they will have to try again next season. And if you press it further than that, Manchester City on the day, thanks to a goal from Erling Haaland, is 20th in the Premier League. Ensure that they beat Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium yesterday, 1-0. All right, away from that, in the Copa del Rey, first leg, Real Sociedad went against Real Madrid, and one man, Hendricks, was the man to deliver for them on the day, getting the solitary goal that put Real Madrid in firm control of this particular tie and hoping that they can actually seal it off. Okay, with Barcelona and Real Atletico Madrid playing out a 4-4 draw 2 days before, so certainly is looking poised for them. But away from that, before we take the next story, Rufai, a lot of people have been hitting at Jamie Carragher for insisting that the Africa Cup of Nations is a very, very lowly rated tournament and not a marquee tournament to get Africa's finest, Mohamed Salah, a Ballon d'Or. And I had the pleasure because the African Gaming Conference is going on and we've been doing a lot of conversations around what is going on, ethics and the rest of them. But I met with Emmanuel Adebayor and I asked him the question about what he thinks about Jamie Carragher. No love laws between both of them, and also what they thought about his comments. And this is what he had to say.
When we're talking about Ballon d'Or, the best player in the world, we don't talk about the country he's from. Remember, George Weah once won it. George Weah is from Mr. George Opong Weah, Mr. President. He's from Liberia. He has never appeared in the World Cup. He has never been in the quarterfinal of the African Cup of Nations, but he ended up winning Ballon d'Or. So I think, listen, if you want to talk about football, let's talk about people that knew about football. Jamie Carragher, I'm sorry, I played against him a couple of times. I saw some good and great defenders, and he's not among.
Try the low blow there. Try the low blow. Before I end it quickly, let's just bring you some results that actually came in the Nigerian Professional Football League. And I must start it off. Okay, there were massive wins for the likes of Kano Pillars, with Rabiu Ali actually getting a massive goal there. And also not forgetting in other ones there, the Rainbow Stars are still looking good for the money. Okay, this was Rabiu Ali getting the goal for Kano Pillars. As we look at the entirety of the result, no thanks to time, of course, Enyimba being held by 3SC, 1-1, Rangers beating Sunshine 3-0 there. Nassau United beating Rainbow Stars 1-0, which was a big one there. Plateau United, like we saw, beating Bayelsa United 1-0. Lobby Stars losing to Niger Tornadoes. And Kano Pillars, thanks to Rabiu Ali, well over 40, still waxing strong, beating Aqua United 1-0. So That's about it. Remo Stars still topping as we actually speak in the Nigeria Professional Football League after match day 26.
I mean, I'm happy that Emmanuel Sheyi Adebayor, our own Emmanuel Sheyi, because originally Nigerian.
Yes, he mentioned it in the full interview. He mentioned that he's a Nigerian, grew up in Ghana.
I think from Osun State.
Allegiance to Togo.
Originally. So, truth has to be said. I don't know why some people from the West like to say the rubbish they say about Africa, but we need to start standing up for ourselves. A full continental tournament, you're saying does not make the cuts, it's a lowly rated tournament. It's just like saying the Euro is a lowly rated tournament. I mean, what's Jamie Carragher's level of education? What's his level of education? Because I can question his level of education and disposition to things by what he said. What he said is not even main of fact. This is a tournament that is for a continent.
Yeah, of 54 nations.
So why do winners of African Nations Cup play Confederations Cup organized by FIFA?
True.
That is a recognition of winners from different confederations.
True.
That's an highly rated tournament. So I don't want to throw shades at Liverpoolians today or something, but I want to go off that. But like Sheyi Adebayor said, he played against, so he has the empirical fact that Jamie Carragher is not a great defender. And I also think he's not a great thinker.
Yeah, all right. So I'm glad that co-panelist Rio Ferdinand was able to put him in check. And actually the others on the panel were also able to say that, what are you talking about? You know, what usually happens when the West speak like this is that it exposes their ignorance.
True.
So it's just the same way that someone will see you and say that, oh, I saw a friend, I saw your brother from Ghana. Do you know Kofi from Ghana? Just because of the myopic view of the world, especially as they view Africa. Mm-hmm. Africa is a continent, and we've had really great players play at the AFCON. AFCON is a big deal for Africans. And a lot of times we are able to even appreciate the dexterity, skills of these stars. And a lot of these stars who play for foreign teams look forward to coming back home to also represent their own teams. And I'm very proud of those who made that decision. Now, in terms of even taking a bit of feedback from that, I won't tell you everything is that the reason why the Euros, Copa America, seems to be bigger in quote, than AFCON to a lot of people who perhaps are not very exposed, is the media attention that they receive. And we've often talked about media coverage for our homegrown events. Not just AFCON, but even our local league. Rufai, you often consistently talk about the fact that why can't I turn on my TV? The way I'd be able to watch the Premier League, watch, the La Liga, watch Serie A. Why can't I watch our local leagues like that? True. I keep emphasizing. We are the ones that are in the best position to tell our own stories. We cannot continue to promote Copa America, promote the Euros, and put AFCON behind on the back burner without them getting commensurate attention in other countries. So I think this is also a wake-up call for us as well, that the only difference is the telling of the story. Like you said, more nations participating, perhaps even more in terms of the quality and the caliber of players. It is just the organization, the administration of the event that might make it
Last
seem...
edition was way better than
previous one. So that's what I'm saying, that administration, the attention to really pushing it out, it's a wake-up call for us. But I do think that exposed his ignorance, and I'm glad that he was called to order.
Yes.
The Carragher? No, the best I can give him is silence.
Word. Moving on.
So let's see how it actually goes. We're hoping for a more boisterous tournament this time around in Morocco at the end of the year, because it's almost like a coming of age, and that's what happens when you bring business people and people that understand a bit of the game. Patrice Motsepe has done great, because he has the money, he has the business acumen, and also has the knowledge about football, because he has passed the ownership of the Mamelodi Sundowns to his son, but he knows the game, and he's been able to bring that industry into the game, and it is shown because the last tournament was highly publicized, and the level of industry that was shown in the entirety of the tournament was even better than, I think, the Copa America that was being played then. People watched the AFCON more. People got more excitement from the AFCON than other tournaments that were probably happening at the same time. Let's see how it actually goes. It's a good one.
we need to pump more money in.
Please, Aaron,
Number one,
let's talk
number
about
two,
Man U and the
then we need to
failings
get
Man U
out
has
there.
been going.
No, Manchester United won. So,
no,
it's
but
a
they've
fun.
been
So it's
failing
so the Manchester United, the Manchester United roller coaster continues. Yesterday they actually won 3-2 with Harry Maguire and Matthias de Ligt actually putting in the goals for them, and Ongo also helped
but
them. I
they've
must
been
actually say,
failing in the past.
no, they've been failing, but
Yes.
they will put
moved up
through.
number 15.
Of course they have. Of course they have moved up from the 15th
15,
spot,
okay.
and hopefully they can actually build on that. But for this season is completely over for them.
Of course.
And they'll be hoping that they might want to cash in, because there are talks about the Europa League as a leeway and entry point to get into the Champions League or some sort of European competition. But I must tell you that when your domestic form is rotten, it will spill over into the European form at some point. They might be lucky. Who knows? West Ham United did it. Who knows? Let's see what actually happens for Manchester United.
Thank you so much.